Hey guys, welcome to DYAD in the Force. I'm Element 7.
And I am Choco. And we once again have our amazing friend, Cal. How you doing?
Doing good. How you guys?
Doing well.
Fantastic. Greatness.
Yes, we're in the penultimate episode of the Bad Batch. And it has me spooked and also excited because in 7 days we are going to be watching the finale with the DYAD community. And that is going to be a room filled with just a bunch of tears, anxiety, people who need therapy, and especially, after watching the episode, additional therapy. This is called Flash Strike. And, we're looking forward to whether or not we're going to see Omega deliver on her Ocean's 11 type of heist of a prison break, and whether or not
like Ocean's Babies, like a cross between Muppet Babies and
no. It's like me or my head went to
Omega Patrol.
I mean, where we ended last time, I was angry because they built up so much hype in that last episode, and really the only thing that happened is he sped up to a ship and parked on it.
Yep.
But all that anticipation is, it's just been building and building and building, and then we're just, we gotta let it loose. Like what's gonna happen? I have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm not always jumping onto the titles before watching the episode, so I don't even have that as an expectation.
For me, I mean it's the same thing as what I said at the end of last week, which is just we're at the top of the roller coaster, ready to look down and take the plummet to the final episode. So I'm here for the ride at this point. I have thrown all caution to the wind, and I'm just here to enjoy and experience what we're given.
Yeah, you know what? I think I think the pacing so far has lent itself to create what I was assuming was going to happen, which would be giving us time to live with the aftermath. When we get to the final episode next week, the first half of that episode will be the climax of what we build up to in this one, and then the latter half is the aftermath because it is the finale. So we need to spend some time living with what comes after, the apex of emotionality. I am patenting that saying.
Do we think that this show is going to end with a tease for another project?
If I were to say yes, it would be something off the beaten path, like sort of like a side mission or a side story that is relevant, but not necessarily a continuation, simply because this is the series finale. If they had more story to tell with this particular group and characters, then they wouldn't be ending it. So I think perhaps it might lead into something to do with the path, like the aftermath I was talking about. Maybe one or all or some characters lead into the path, and that's the story they tell for that one.
I got concerns, man. I feel like we're so close to the end, and there's so many narrative threads to pull on that I mean, maybe this is why you had that thought, Cal, that they could be teasing something else, because there's enough meat left on the bone to do something else.
Either come into fruition at the end or through the finale, or in the aftermath of the big climax, and we get to kind of see the state of the galaxy after that, and these characters could be reintroduced. We have like Asajj, right? And then we also have Wolf with Rex. So we know due to Rebels where he winds up. So could it lead into a spin-off show between them that's just them, having D. Bradley Baker on payroll for another few years for a several clone ensemble show?
Well, in any case, before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more videos, and hit the bell icon to turn on notifications. On to the penultimate episode, Flash Strike. Thought it was gonna be like a red logo, like Rebels, maybe.
Oof. That would be ominous.
Okay. We're starting hard with the music.
That has been one of the like highlights of the show is the soundtrack.
We'll be exiting hyperspace soon. The base's scanners will detect us once we're on approach.
So he pushes Rampart. Get his position.
God, the doors always make me nervous with how fast they close.
Like one wrong slip and you don't
Get
exist
up on egg
anymore.
roll. You think that's a scar on his eyebrow, or does he like shave it like that?
He definitely shaves it like that. Oh, he had to press Control Alt Delete.
End task on that shuttle.
Spinning is a good trick.
Hey.
What is that?
Monitor the children in my absence.
Your concern for the specimens is unwarranted.
Just listen to me, god damn it. I didn't ask for your opinion. That's pretty cool.
That was tight.
Grab the rappel cables. On it. On what?
I want to make the Force Awakens joke and be like, they're not force sensitive though. How could they do that?
That seems wildly dangerous.
Yes.
What? Wait! The cable's grabbed!
And he doesn't have any protection.
Confirmed hit.
No one leaves that hangar without authorization.
That's right,
Ooh,
Echo.
Echo. I mean, he does have like one big towel.
He's got that screwdriver.
What is that?
Almost this helmet almost makes him look like a duck sometimes.
Fine.
Fine.
Your badge does not look nearly as full enough for you to have that kind of tone.
See, us.
Did Rampart make it?
Unfortunately, yes.
You three truly are defective clones.
Not to sound callous, but like, why not stun Rampart and leave him? He's a massive liability.
I mean, even if he doesn't have up-to-date codes, he knows protocols and knows their terminals, I suppose. That's what I'm guessing they're keeping him there for, at least. Now he's gonna take the droid. Reprogram
The hand.
him. Ah,
I'm counting on you.
tunnels. Ooh, I want these kids to survive because they are all potential Jedi.
Mm-hmm. Very easily could have taken a finger.
That reminds me of like one of the strikes in Destiny when you had to like go through the vents and avoid things.
The one that's being reprised very soon.
Man, that screwdriver thing just plugs into everything. Including droid hands. Yes, he's using it.
We're being hunted.
That's an animal.
It's a batcher. No, it's not a batcher.
It's the thing that fought the Batchers.
Doctor? I'm still hungry.
It will pass.
I'm not sure how that hunger works. That's how hunger works.
Zillo Beast is back.
Man, there's a lot more Tantiss than cloning.
Omega's not the only child confined inside this base.
Let's go, Emerie.
There's a lot for you to rescue. You think there's a point in time they rescue the Zillo Beast and they ride it?
I was thinking more of like a mall situation where you just kind of let it loose.
Yeah, it's just chaos. I love her like hunched over, like this is how it's gonna be. This is the score.
All right, guys. That was a short one. 21 minutes.
I feel like we're gonna be getting a long one for the finale.
Yeah, we gotta be getting a long one.
Okay. I truly wasn't expecting that. That kind of ended kind of nonchalantly for me. I was like, I found a big one. I was like, really? Oh, well, at least
I
they didn't
was
go.
like
"Da-da-da-da-da."
I was sitting hunched over like Omega was. I'm like ready. Like,
Well, yeah, okay, let's go.
Dang, that really was short. I guess I was wrong. We weren't gonna get the plunge
Anything.
there. I mean, we got some revelations. We Echo's in there with Emerie. Made contact with Emerie. Emerie is seemingly putting forward that she's going to help. So clearly, that's going to be something that is utilized in the final episode.
gonna cause a lot of chaos. It's gonna be for sure a distraction. I mean, if you were trying to figure out how are they going to sneak a bunch of kids out, you know what I mean? Like this ain't Obi-Wan. You can't fit them all in your trench coat, you know. So they're gonna need a distraction, and I think she found the best one.
What I'm hoping is that he creates additional chaos. Perhaps there's a confrontation between him and Hemlock. He might even see that they're experimenting on the children. Who, like, it depends on what he sees as they bring him in, and what he thinks of that. Because thinking about the history with Rampart doesn't make me think that he is like the most ruthless and evil person. And I feel like the way he's been acting with the Bad Batch, like playfully, for instance, it's just kind of like he has room to be like, what are you guys doing? Because the last thing that has been said was between him and Crosshair was, I've changed. And he says, sure you have. And I think that's kind of like a mini protest of like, people just don't change like that. And it's kind of like internal for him that he's trying to like perhaps display that he wants to change, but he doesn't think it's that easy.
For me, it's split between like what I said with what I hope and what I think. I hope that he isn't terrible, because like I hope very much so that he shows that Crosshair's message stuck, and he's an example to it. But I feel like he's going to double down on his own ways to give Crosshair that moment to double down on his own ways and show that he has changed himself. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I don't know. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong.
I mean, hopefully this isn't going too deep, but like in that moment, I thought about words from Martin Luther King when he was talking about no, but he talked about people who were devoted more to order than to justice, right? And that's who Rampart was. Rampart was part of this machine. I don't for a second think he was ever a believer, you know. And I think that's maybe the difference that we're seeing. But he was devoted to the order that it brought. But now that he has faced the injustice, has seen it firsthand, and I know I don't think I think he understands that there's nothing for him on the other side.
I also think just as important as Crosshair saying I've changed is Crosshair telling him the Empire betrayed us both. And so that might loom heavily over Rampart's shoulders. And I think the chances of him helping them are more likely than the chances of him reverting back to, like, you know, betraying the Bad Batch. So I mean, I would feel redundant in myself to kind of think I can speculate on what's going to happen. I think for sure next week with our finale watch party with the community, that's going to be a heavy hitter.
This whole thing feels like we're on like Tower of Terror or something like that, and it's rising up, and you know the drop's about to happen, and you're like, all right, you drop now, and it's like shaking, and then it goes up even further, and you're like, okay.
There's not much more to say, really. It's the next episode's the last episode. It's going to really make all of the puzzle pieces connect.
Just a fun little exercise, guys, just to get the brain pumping, or whatever it does, the synapses firing. I know we don't like to speculate anymore because we're often wrong, but one prediction for the finale, just throw one out there. I don't care if you think it's going to happen. And I'll start here. I do think that the aftermath of the finale is going into the path in some way, shape, or form.
Our Bug Eyes clone gets killed, and only after he's already dead is it revealed that it was Tech.
I'm going to go a different route on the same vein, and I hope I'm wrong. Bug Eyes is going to get off-screened. We never find out who it was.
Oh man, that's bad. I mean, for me, that's oh man, because it's been a huge. Okay, we'll accept that prediction.
Like I said, I hope I'm wrong.
But Misa don't want a boo-ball.
Yeah, no, I don't want that to be what it is, but that would be it's wild.
Yeah.
I do have to remind those watching, especially Darth Man, Kenny, there's a Black Series Ezra on the line for whether or not, I mean, could it not be revealed like Hal says, and we're all just lost, or could
we all just have to throw a figure away?
Yeah, no, you like,
no one
yeah,
wins. We all just lose it.
It's just a video of the figure being like traded in at like a game store or like at a thrift store. It's
yeah.
like, oh.
I will say they're lessening importance on this Clone X, like in the past 2 episodes, has me thinking that it's not that much of a deal anymore. It could very well just be that it's not revealed, and Cal's just like, yeah, he's just one of those Clone X's that they use.
Crosshair's gonna have to face him again, and that's going to be like a final test. Is he's going to have to stand between them and leaving, and who knows.
Well, we have nothing else left to say but to wait for the final episode, and that's going to be at DYAD Con. We'll have some B-roll footage for you guys. We'll set up some tripods and let you see how the community reacts at large to that episode. But man, that's going to be a doozy. That's it. On to like and subscribe and turn on the notifications. That's it. On to the next one.
For Light and for Life.
We are all Clone X.
And may Cody never come back.
Oh.
Enjoy you get out.